Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with the first official episode of Clone Wars. You guys, I am really excited to jump into this series officially. If you're joining me early today, you know just what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So what do I mean by starting this series officially? What I mean is I actually have already seen the pilot movie for Clone Wars, and I loved it. I had seen a little bit of Clone Wars like here and there in the past, but it had been a while and I had only kind of seen like little things here and there. So this is like my first ever like official dive into the series. And I'm going to be starting off with the episode that is marked number 1, where I'm watching it today. I know that there is a different order from the air date order. There's kind of like a chronological order. But I decided it was just easiest just to go with just the air date order. So hopefully you guys will still join in and have fun with these reactions, though. Just something that's going to be like a little bit easier for me to keep in mind as opposed to trying to go back and forth, because I will mess that up. I'm just telling you right now. So I did start off with the movie. Loved the movie. I think I knew pretty much everyone in it from the movies, except for Ahsoka. And I know Ventress, who is Dooku's apprentice, right? She's like a newer character, but I actually think I had already seen her in there was another movie, and like another Clone Wars related but not related movie. But it was really fun to get to know Ahsoka. I love her so far. I cannot wait to see more of her. I love that already you can tell she very much has a strong character of her own, but there are so many things about her that remind me of kind of the chip on his shoulder that Anakin has, and I love that because I feel like it's like a parent when their chickens come home to roost and they have a kid that's like just like themselves. Maybe not quite that severe, but it did kind of crack me up to see him dealing with some of that headstrong kind of nature in his apprentice that I'm sure, poor Obi-Wan has been going through for years now. Which, by the way, Obi-Wan, I love the way he is just sassy. He is so sarcastic, so much more than I remember him being in the actual movies. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I said this in my reaction to the Clone Wars movie, but he reminds me of like a parent that like, when they have like their first kid, they're like super strict and really like uptight about everything. And just like by a few years later or a couple of kids later, they're just like broken and they're like, whatever, you know what? Just like stay alive and try not to, and you're good, like all of the strictness is kind of gone and they're just kind of like, whatever. Okay. And that's kind of where Obi-Wan's at. In my opinion, that's kind of where I see him. But I had a lot of fun with the movie. I think my favorite part of it was the Stinky the Hut plot, which pretty much the whole thing revolved around that. The first and last part were kind of like, they did a good job of establishing all the other stuff that's going on as well with like the clones and kind of setting things up for, I think, getting the show started, like letting us know where everything's at. But it primarily focused around, this plot to get Jabba's son returned to him. And I adored it. I loved Stinky. I feel like Stinky was the prototype for Baby Yoda. Like they got him just a little too slimy and smelly the first time, but they knew where they were going with it. They knew they wanted a tiny miniature cute version. Oh, well, Yoda's already cute, in my opinion. Jabba, I don't know. Stinky was pretty cute though. But anyway, I just had a lot of fun with the movie, and I can't wait to dive into the series because I think the part that I'm most looking forward to is the relationship between Anakin and Ahsoka. Not only do I love her, but I want to see more of them together, and I'm so invested and concerned now because I know ultimately where this is all heading, and I really want to see how they handle that, and I'm a little scared, but I know they would not have introduced a character like that if they didn't have something in mind as to like how they were going to handle that situation. You know the one. I don't know why I'm acting like it's spoilers. Like if you're watching this with me now, you already know most likely what's going to happen, but just in case, I will not go into details, but yeah, so I'm going to be kicking off here with the first, I guess, officially aired episode of Clone Wars. So what do you say we get started? Let's go. Great leaders inspire greatness in others. That's the truth.
To secret negotiations on a remote neutral moon.
I like the 20s broadcaster voice.
But I have heard that a single Jedi equals 100 battle droids.
Oh, easily. I would say so, easily.
The enemy will fire at anything we launch. Then launch all of them, you will.
Oh, well, there you go. Battle droids didn't seem to, they're great in number, but quality over quantity.
Oh, indeed. But when you decide to join us, my apprentice will contact me.
So he's like, not if you decide, when you decide. Oh boy, they're fun to watch though, the battle droids. I was having a lot of fun with them.
Terrible shot. Ah, well, it's my programming.
Okay.
But should my droids defeat Yoda, consider an alliance with the Separatists.
I did not request Yoda's presence here to test him in battle.
Accept the challenge. I do. Your hands. Arrive by nightfall.
There's no way. Yoda against battle droids? Come on. Yeah, there's just no way, guys, that Yoda's even gonna break a sweat. Like, no offense to the battle droids, but offense to the battle droids, though.
There's gonna be a full battalion in there. Probably packing armor, too. We'll have something for him.
Oh! I like them.
Yoda has made a grave mistake straying this far from Coruscant.
I will see the Jedi gets his fair fight.
Oh, she's gonna interfere, okay.
Too much weight. Slow you down. To reach our goal, a straight path we will not follow.
Listen to Yoda. Hey, he's got a plan. He knows what's up.
Small, huh? Don't worry, Supreme Leader. We'll take care of him.
Oh, you're gonna die. Oh no. I am amused by them, but I have zero confidence in the battle droids in actual battle. Which is kind of sad, because they're literally battle droids, but I have no confidence.
Hold it. Hold it. I said hold it. Wait. That's far enough. I mean it. Stop.
He's like, I mean it.
Stop.
Oh no.
Get in there. No, we're not. Watch this.
Oh boy.
Right. Next time,
Even-
follow orders.
He's like face palming. He's actually face palming.
Look, little green light form. You buckethead. That's the Jedi. He is a little one. Blast him.
He said buckethead, but I wasn't sure what he said at first.
He's around here somewhere.
There he is.
Get off of me. Don't move.
Uh-oh. Poor battle droids. The battle droids are to battle what like button mashing is to video games.
Lieutenant, can you walk? I think I'm okay.
Oh no. Okay, so these ones are a little bit more... Yeah, see, they're a little bit more intimidating, I guess.
What's going on?
Oh! Impressive.
pursue them without delay.
The contest is not over yet.
Right. Don't count them out
Master
yet.
Yoda, I
Sit. Your helmets. Remove them. Your faces I wish to see.
Yeah, me too. I want to get to know them.
There's not much to look at here.
Concerned about weapons you are. Weapons do not win battles. Your mind, powerful it is. Outthink the droids. You can.
Right. Yeah, if weapons won battles, then the droids would be doing well.
Fight, but the force resides in all life forms. Use it you can to quiet your mind.
Cool. Oh, I love that we got to know them like just a little bit. Not a lot, but we got a little bit of insight about
Thanks. Is that the best they can throw at
where they're
us?
coming from.
Have you three I do? Outnumbered are they? Know the time to help me. You will.
He is a great leader, just like they were saying at the beginning in the quote. Great leaders inspire greatness in others.
Where is he?
He's just sitting here, in front of our tanks.
Shoot him! Shoot him now!
She knows he's up to
Wait,
something.
Aim, fire! Fire!
Yeah, no. Here we go. Yes!
He's gone into the tank.
Nice. Size matters not indeed. He could get right under there. Oh! Wah wah. Poor droid.
Where is Choo Choo for?
Destroyed, Supreme Leader.
In pieces?
Overrun our position and...
Oh.
I think
Bye-bye.
perhaps all those stories about the
The general's cutting him up.
They're just like, break out the popcorn. Nice.
Yeah! Great shot, sir. That's giving it to the flankers.
That is how you take care of a bunch of different folks at once with little weapons.
agent also promised me Yoda would get a fair fight. I will not deal with those who break their words.
So be it. Perhaps our negotiations will be more fruitful with your successor. And this
There it is. Yep. Should have seen that coming like the minute he said he was gonna side with the Republic. They were gonna try to take him out. Ooh, is it Yoda? Is it Yoda? It's Yoda.
Jedi Master,
you are with the dark side, young one. But not that strong.
Ooh.
Still much to learn, you have.
Right.
Surrender, you should.
Oh, she's not gonna like that. She's just gonna... Oh. You guys should know by now, you can't just take him out like that. They way underestimated Yoda. I'm surprised at Dooku for underestimating him so much.
that is not necessary, my friend. You have my faith. Toydaria would be honored to host a Republic base. My people are at your service.
I wasn't sure where they were going with that at first.
Fail you.
Yeah, so there's a lot of just like them trying to get aid from different places for the war effort, you know? I think that's like what a lot of the series will be about, maybe. So I'm just like trying to get a foothold in this war. All right, you guys, let's talk. That was a great episode. I think it was a great first episode. However, I am glad that I saw the movie that kind of serves as the pilot first, because that definitely felt more like a kind of a fun one-off story once you're already kind of immersed in what is going to be going on in the show and like who are the characters, where is it taking place, when is it taking place, etc., etc. But I really, really enjoyed that. I think it was a really great way to establish some newer characters with the help of a beloved character. That was really smart to bring Yoda in to kind of help us get to know these clones who we're not as familiar with a little bit better and highlight a little bit of their individual personalities. And I feel like I'm still going to have to see them in action more to kind of get to know them better. But now I kind of know a little bit more of where they're coming from that little chat that they had in the cave, so that next time I see them on screen, I can be like, oh, that's right. He's the one who's like super focused on the weapons, but he needs to, you know, he's already kind of heard from Yoda that, hey, you know, weapons aren't what win wars. Or the guy who is really focused on the enemy, but could really find it helpful to rely on the people around him a little bit more as well and keep them in mind. So now I'll be looking for that. Like next time we see them all in action, I'll be like, oh, I know that guy. That's the one. That's the one we saw with Yoda. So, and it was a really good way. Like, I don't think you'd be lost if you saw this as your first episode, because they did a good job of establishing, although a little bit more quickly than they did in the movie, because obviously the movie was like 4 episodes put together, that they really need to get help from all these kind of neutral planets and civilizations, and try and get as much of a foothold as they can in different parts of the galaxy to try and win the war, like both sides do. So I thought that was a really good way to set up, okay, here are our main baddies. This is what they're after. This is what our heroes are after. This is, and I'm guessing that's going to be kind of since it's called the Clone Wars, and the whole thing, takes place before the 3rd prequel, where we know like they're going to be filling in that gap of what's happened during these wars. I imagine that's going to be a pretty like the driving premise plot of the show. Of course, with all the cool stuff happening around it with our characters. I mean, who we did not see in this episode. We did not see Anakin or Ahsoka or Obi-Wan or any of them. It was just a really great little, because we did not see a whole lot of Yoda in the pilot movie, so it was kind of nice to have like an episode where they kind of highlight Yoda. That was cool. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I think I'm really gonna like this series, and I knew that as soon as I saw the movie that like, oh yeah, this is like just my speed. This is because I know they're definitely the way that they've set things up, there's no way you couldn't explore some heavier tones and topics. You know what I mean? The whole thing takes place during a war, and we have apparently a lot of focus on Anakin's character. So I think we know that there's going to be a lot of heaviness to look forward to that they're going to be dealing with. But at the same time, like, it has that fun little, it has a really great sense of like fun and adventure. The same kind that I feel is really associated with Star Wars. So like, for example, the battle droids are just silly and fun to watch. And we have funny little quips and lines, from the different characters, particularly like when Anakin and Ahsoka are around. Oh my gosh. But even here, like, we had some good little lines from Yoda and everything. So it's going to be a really good blend of like fun, adventure, and more, even more than that. Like maybe some dark stuff as well, I have a feeling. So, really like that episode. I'm excited to see more. I'm just really excited to be going through this show. I feel like it's a huge hole in my Star Wars resume. And I know there are a couple things at this point. Like, I think there's another show out right now that takes place, you're supposed to watch it after Clone Wars, I think. I have no details on that show, but I just know that there was like a new one on Disney Plus that everyone's buzzing about. So I'm excited to jump in and catch up, get caught up on Star Wars stuff. So, all right, guys, I hope you had as much fun with that episode as I did. I had a blast with it. I can't wait to see more. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.